Welcome
Hello.
back to Inside the Holocron. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
You're chilling. It's been good.
Been
I
a
know we
little while since we've been here.
yeah we
Been a
said that
little
last
while.
time too, but man, we
hmm
just been so busy trying to
Yeah.
build our individual content. It gets tough, man, to make a podcast, and then
Yeah.
also Bad Batch is over, but we have visions in about 11 days. So
11 days. Yep.
yeah, 11 days we'll have
I
the
feel
visions.
like, yeah, like while we might not be here every single Saturday or every single week as like a normal schedule that we would like to, it's because a lot's going into our own individual communities and content. So it's going towards the right thing. It's just, we will
Yeah.
definitely be picking a lot back up once Vision starts getting into the flow of things. And,
Yeah,
we're in a little bit of I don't want to say dry period of Star Wars, but you know what I mean? There's no content coming out right now. So just got to wait until the next
we're
thing.
trying to figure out ways to make the podcast
Yeah.
uh, booming outside of just Star Wars content. So, and
Yeah.
then one of the ways is like we're also doing the audio recording for this as well, so we can post that up on other websites
hmm
such as Spotify and things.
Yeah.
So,
Just
but
trying
you,
to find new things and expand
yeah,
on it a little bit.
and this is our first podcast. To like we both did this together. I've never
Yeah.
been a part of another podcast, so it's a learning experience too as we go. Um, and then we're debating a lot of different things, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But we're all confident. But you got a very special thing happen about a week ago, and that's Sea of Thieves partnership, which
Yeah.
is not an easy task. Like it's not like one of those
It was
where
not,
you can
no.
just, as long as you stream the game, you get in. It's something you actually have to achieve. And what were the stipulations to get in?
So the requirements for Sea of Thieves partnership, you need to achieve 10,000 watch hours, sustain 10,000 watch hours a month. If you don't know what watch hours are, it's basically, I'll just do like a give an example. Say you average 50 viewers over 6 hours. You do 50 times 6, well, that's 300 hours. You need to achieve 10,000 in the span of a month. Then you need to sustain it. So not only can you, and the difficult part is this. The difficult part is, say you achieve it in a month, right? Say you achieve it from July 1st to July 30th or July 31st. You achieved it in a month. Well, the problem is, say you come around August 15th and say you had like a really good day on July 14th. Well, that day is going to be removed. You know what I mean? So all the good days that you had from the previous month will be removed. So you need to constantly keep it going. You need to constantly keep growing your content. And you do need to stream a lot of hours. In order for it to happen, I did need to stream. I was aware that I had to stream a lot more hours than what I used to. However, it felt natural for me because this game, like, and this is what I say with every content creator that's a streamer and you're looking into expanding into a new game. And I actually had a conversation with somebody today on a voice call speaking about it, that was asking like more in regards to it. But if you play a game, you know what I mean? Enjoy the game that you play. You know what I mean? When I stream like a 12, people make like we make jokes all the time. Like, oh my gosh, you did a 12-hour stream. Well, yeah, it felt like 6 hours though, because I'm having so much fun. So those hours went by fast, but in the month of May, when I first transitioned to Sea of Thieves, I streamed 61 hours. At one point I looked through the application process when the application was out, and I think it was 189 or 192 hours. So
You went from like 6 hour streams to literally doubled that.
yeah.
I was like, man, another 12-hour stream. Oh,
I know.
another 12
Yeah, like
hours.
it's like a regular thing. But it was, if I could do it all over again, I'd do it all over again. And it was just, honestly, it was like, it felt like a dream come true. And obviously, like, you and I have had to go through things to achieve different things. And there's something that you want to share that I can't wait to hear for everybody to hear.
We have achieved. So you got Sea of Thieves partner, which it's no 10,000 hours. This one it's 10 hour. Like just you have to stream for 10 hours, make a certain amount of YouTube videos, which we've done, and just be an active member in the community. And I don't know really how they gauge active, but I've been posting in the Discord or whatever as much as I could and helping people out. And so we are a Splitgate content streamer now, content creator. They have different versions of it, but I'm both. So both on the YouTube side and Twitch side. So I'll have that tag, and it comes with its little perks. I'll get in-game. It'll say like community streamer on the banner, because a lot of people it'll say like it'll say like a portal or some type of word. Mine will say community streamer, and then it's just we just keep going up from there. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
And it seems like they have a lot of good content creators. It's a very active Discord. I think there's like thousands and thousands, like 40,000 people last I checked in that Discord. So it's huge.
Yeah.
And just keep moving, man. And then the other thing, which is super important to me, was the fact on stream yesterday, if you made it to stream, we got to announce that we are part of the YouTube short creator team. So we have two somewhat partnerships this week. And that one's a big deal for me because it's literally what, like when Battlefront 2 ended, we all had to go to our separate ways, kind of like our friendship stays intact, but and the team, but the content can't be the same anymore, right? Like where we can't do like I'm streaming on your stream because we're doing HPV together. So you went to Sea of Thieves. I started working on YouTube more, and DC's doing his thing. He's still in Battlefront, and then Mr. Boba Fett and the rest of the Guardians were all doing their own thing. And I put all my effort into this, and finally, it was 2 days ago I got the email. So and now I'm talking to some other YouTubers as well, and we're getting in. And dude, the end of the year, I can't wait, man. A lot of things behind the scenes that I just wish I could share with everybody, but you got to leave some surprises for people. So
it's leaving Battlefront 2 is one step backwards for two potential steps forward. And I feel like now it's like the taste of the first step forward for all of us entering the fall. And obviously you have bigger goals than just this, as do I. You have the goal. Halo Infinite is coming out on December 11th.
Yeah, big deal.
December 8th or December 11th?
December 8th.
Oh, December 8th, sorry. Yeah. December 8th, Halo Infinite releases. Splitgate is doing great right now. It's doing very well on Twitch. A lot of people have been playing it and speaking about it as of recent. Now you're into creator program. YouTube Shorts is just the beginning for you now. And I don't know if you wanted to explain this, but obviously our main podcast here is on YouTube. And now with this audio recording, we're going to be on Spotify and iTunes as well. Yeah. But if you did want to explain, what does it mean to be a YouTube short creator? I'm interested, as well as I'm sure other people are interested as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things we could explain, and it's probably warranted for its own podcast to just explain how I personally believe YouTube works. It's like if you could get a book, like a physical book of YouTube, I have read it through and through. I've read resources online. Like I've just took a deep dive in how to make this YouTube work. And I think I have it figured out. At least it's moving, right? It's moving up, right? So we're not going backwards. And with the YouTube shorts, so what happens is the way you make money on YouTube is if someone clicks on your video, an ad's going to pop up. Now, whether they watch it for 1 second or 15 seconds, or if you're lucky, they click on the ad, right? Or if they make a mistake, either way, a click is a click, then they get more money. So if it's 1 second, it's like a penny. Let's just use pennies for example. So if they watch 1 second, it's 1 penny. If they watch 15 seconds, it's 15 cents. And if they click, you get a quarter, right? And over 1,000 views, that adds up, right? With shorts, because you're on your phone and it's a YouTube short, there are no ads, so it's hard to get. You can't really make that monetized. But there is the short creator team. YouTube has recognized these creators, and they have given the short side $100 million to give out to short creators. And every month you get allocated with your views a certain amount of money. And you get an email and it says, hey, this is what you're going to make for this month. But they don't really tell you the criteria. You just know you have to look at. So I got accepted because of my August numbers. So now that's the only thing I can bank off of, right? So whatever my August numbers were, I never want to go below that anymore because I don't know, right? So as long as we can keep beating August, we're going to keep moving forward. And that's how it works. And then you can get anywhere up to 10,000 a month if you're, somebody like Dr. Disrespect or Tim the Tap Man who's getting multiple millions of views. Yeah. So, we can get there if we keep working. But it's good. And what they're trying to implement, so you get an email and they are trying to do ads. So I'm not really big on TikTok. I never watch it, but I do know how it works and things. And if you watch like 4 or 5 videos, then an ad pops up. Then you can do that. It's going to be the same with shorts soon. And then we're going to start making money and we'll finally be able to monetize through ads. And that's going to be really good too. But it is, it makes the work. It's finally paying off, man. I'm doing 30, sometimes 40 shorts a month. And that takes, a lot of hours and works. Yeah. And now you're starting to it's all starting to pay off now. So, and I'm happy for it.
Yeah. I think we would need to do a separate dedicated episode towards just how shorts work, how YouTube works, because everyone in the community knows, and everyone knows that your focal point has been YouTube, and you've grown your YouTube an insane amount. Like I remember like when we started this podcast, I think you and I had a goal, and we spoke about our goals together when we first started this, and I think you were at around 400 YouTube subscribers. Yeah. Last time, I might be totally wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But last time I checked, you were at 7,000, 8,000 YouTube subscribers.
Right now, I'm going to work right after this podcast. By the time I get off of work, I highly expect it to be at 9,000.
9,000?
Yeah.
See what I mean? And you've put in the work for this. This isn't something that can happen overnight. This isn't something that just magically, you post one video and it was a one-hit wonder, and then the next thing you know, we thought it was.
We thought it was. So we can talk about this. This is why I like podcasts, man. You can kind of get back into the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget it, man. Went on vacation in June, and I had 531 subscribers. When I left Kentucky, 531 subscribers. When I came back, I was at like 700. Because we had one video, Captain Rex. It was a 5-pack video on Captain Rex, and I was saying, like, man, like I gotta replicate this, right? I can do, like, this is it. This is my one hit wonder. It got me 200 subs. Like, I was so excited. But I did what you're supposed to do. I figured it out. I replicated that video and what people liked, and then the next video did okay. Then the next video did okay, and then all of a sudden another one hit it, and then from there. It's not like you're quitting on your content. You just finally figured out what people want.
Yeah.
And it's still Star Wars. It's still content, right? And now it works. Yeah. And we need a whole podcast to explain YouTube. And I'd love to get somebody else, that maybe wants to try YouTube where they could just have questions and stuff. But we are going to still be doing long form on that channel. I've been talking to a certain individual who does long form and shorts, and it's very successful. What you have to do is say you post Captain Rex video, that's a short, then your next video should be a Captain Rex video, or that's a long form, right? So then it can bank off and mesh with each other, and then make it a really good two cohesive stories together. So
100%.
And just know what's in the news too, right?
Know what's trending. Know what obviously we all know what's trending right now. And
which is,
I think that's a good way to enter the next topic, Knights of the Old Republic, which for you is, you told me the news as I was streaming. And for me personally, I think it's amazing. And I think it's just really, really nice to just hear that something is happening in Star Wars gaming. That's the definition of it for me, right? For you, it's a little different because it's more personal for you, because this was your childhood. This is where your channel is focused around. This is your community. Your community is formerly and still always will be the Revan Knights. And this is your community right here. So what does this mean to you? What expectations do you have? Predictions, time frame?
So I never personally thought it was going to happen.
I'm gonna pull up the trailer as
I never thought it was gonna happen, man. I was like, there's been these rumors, and me and you were both like, hey, a rumor is exactly what it is. It's a rumor. And for the last couple of months, there's been this rumor that KOTOR is being remade, and I was like, no, man, it's just not gonna happen. For whatever reason, they're not gonna bring Revan back, whether it's Legends or canon. And we're gonna get the trailer up while I'm talking.
Wow, yeah.
And then but then I started noticing things. They made a Basilisk Shaman Revan Funko Pop. They made a Black Series Jedi Knight Revan. They're making Darth Nihilus. All these KOTOR merchandise. And I was like, okay, maybe this rumor might have some substance to it. But I never thought we were going to get it at a Sony panel on September 10th or 9th or whatever day it was at 3 p.m. with no type of leaks. There was no leaks for this. Everybody was surprised, whether it was the top Star Wars account or the bottom Star Wars account. And no one expected Revan to be.
It literally looks like amazing. A Revan mod. That's how good it looks. It literally looks like a Revan mod that you would see in Battlefront 2. Just to see him in a newer, how do I explain it? This literally looks like fan films right here. You know what I mean? It literally looks like such a new school. That's what makes me so excited, because every time I've seen Revan, it's obviously been, I don't want to, how do I put the word? Obviously you see it in SWOTOR and Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Or, and et cetera. But like it's nice to see just like an official new school version of him, where it allows someone like me, someone like that may not be so not saying not so into Knights of the Old Republic, but not so knowledgeable, a chance to like explore it. Because I'm very big, obviously you know me by now, like I'm very big on like when I play a game, it needs to have like I don't like I like playing old school games for
Oh, dude, when I'm talking about this, man, it just cold chills, dude. I
yeah,
can't, dude.
you know me, I'm like I love playing old school games for nostalgic purposes, but Knights of the Old Republic was never part of my childhood. It never was. I loved the Revenge of the Sith game growing up. I never gave Knights of the Old Republic a shot until I met you, and that's when I started looking into like, oh, like okay, like, and I began to get like more curiosity. So seeing a new school game like this, and like a completely new visions for like the new people being able to grow up with this, if this makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you grew up with it, and now newer like younger people are now able to have the same childhood experience you had in 2021 with a brand new remake of it, which is really beautiful. This is gorgeous.
When I replayed the original for the 20, so it came out. We're going up to the 20 years, but which I think that's when it's going to be released. To answer that question, is it's going to be released on its 20th anniversary. But I just did the replay into 2023.
Okay,
I don't know the month, but I think it's going to be right around there. But I replayed it on stream about a couple months ago before the summer started, and one of the biggest things I got, it had the lower numbers, right? Compared to Battlefront 2, and then people were like, "I just can't get into it, man. It's too old, right? Like I need the new graphics. I can't play this." But for me as a kid growing up, like what you were saying, my imagination worked wonders for that game. It was the biggest game of all time. It was Star Wars. I love the character, the midpoint plot. Like I don't even want to talk about it in case someone watches this and they don't know what it is the biggest jaw-dropping moment in Star Wars to me to this day. I just had no idea. The characters are so fleshed out because of all the word dialogues that we have. It's you can talk to one character for it's like you're actually having a real conversation with this person, right? It's a game that really made role-playing games is what it is. It's a pioneer game. But the coolest thing is I was thinking about this like last night at work is in that game, you can walk through the Valley of the Sith, right? And you can go through the tombs in the original KOTOR. And the graphics, like I said, they're not that good, but you still feel like you're in the like on Corbin. And then there's the lower levels, right? And the Temple of the Ancients, which you'll get to do. And then you got the Star Forge. And all these things that I'm trying to use my adult imagination for the last 5 years, like what would that look like in like Unreal Engine or, some type of like super graphic engine. And now we're going to get that. You're going to be able to walk through the Ebon Hawk, do all this stuff in next gen. Like my community, the Revenites, will be able to explore the lower levels in next gen style. And it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And, man, 2 years. I mean, that's still a long way. And I might be lowballing. Who knows how long it's going to take to make this game? Because from what I've read, it's in production. Like there's not even been coding done. Right?
Oh yeah,
they're hiring the actors.
It was actually funny because I went by Sith Lord Brit's chat. If you don't know Sith Lord Brit, she's an incredible streamer, incredible SWTOR streamer, and she does a lot of makers and crafting as well. Cosplay. She helped with Director Chronic's Death Trooper cosplay. And I spoke to her about it. I'm like, what were your thoughts? Because she's, she streams for SWTOR full time for the most part. I asked her what her thoughts were. And I liked what she said. She was like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, I'm trying to take it with a grain of salt because like, it's similar to how it's like your friends ask you to go get a donut. And it's like, yeah, of course I want to go get donuts. Let's go. It's like, oh, and then they say to you, oh yeah, but it'll be next week. Well, then it was like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's nice to know, but like, it's going to be, you have to be realistic mentally that it's going to be a while until it's there.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So but it's just like, I feel like for you and I feel like for anyone who's really big into the Old Republic era, it's like kind of just a relief, a fresh of breath air.
We know, it's like
just to know that something is coming, it's Star Wars is noticing and Star Wars cares about it. This era that is a lot of people know about, like, not like the newer, fans don't know about, like, and this is the opportunity to kind of teach everybody, and it now has a purpose. And not only that, but it also can lead into future projects as well within movies and shows and
Yeah,
etc.
that's so what I've taken away from this is now there's going to be finally like I said right before, there's KOTOR merch. Now we're going to really get Knights of the Republic merchandise. Like
Yeah.
a Black Series Revan mask could be on the table.
Yeah.
A KOTOR PS5 could be on the table. Shirts, like actual, because Revan, everyone thinks that this little guy right here. If you're listening on other platforms, I got a Grogu sideshow statue right beside me. Everyone thinks this dude's the cash grab. You're about to find out real quick that Revan is in fact the real cash grab, because whether you hate him or love him, because he does create drama within the Star Wars community, at the end of the day, he is a bag of money, and people will buy, including me, right? I so far, there's only one piece of Revan merchandise that I do not own, and it was a $1,200 statue. Like, I just can't justify dropping $1,200 on a Revan statue, plus shipping, right? Which is like another $200, so like $1,400 for this. Every other piece of Revan merchandise I have the here's one right here. It's the Gentle Giant Darth Revan right here. So I mean, I'm gonna buy it, and it's gonna make people are just gonna love it. And then you have other characters, female characters, or female fans will find a new a powerful female character in Bastila, and they will hopefully like her as much as I do. I think she's an amazing character. Then you have HK-47, a droid that to me is my favorite droid of all time.
Maxed out.
Yeah, maxed out. Yeah. And then people who play Battlefront can finally see these characters.
Mods come to life.
And then who knows what. So
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you're going to say.
So here it is, right? So I just thought with Knights of the Republic being made, if there ever is a Battlefront 3, these characters should and probably will be in Battlefront 3. All these characters, because everyone will know who they are now, right? Whether it's a DLC pack or they're right there from the rip, these characters are going to be here now, and I love it, man. I'm just so excited that Revan's getting his attention, and this game is going to be, I think it's amazing. And not to mention, someone said, well, we still have the open world game from Ubisoft. And I'm like,
that's also true.
Man, like now everything's starting to finally add up. All these delays and all this wait game, it's finally starting to hit us, man. And
in due time. It will be some time, but I feel like once that year, once 3 months until 2022, once 2022 hits, I feel that's when things are just going to take off for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I mean, we do have to think about, it's only, I know it's not going to sound like a long time, but it's not. It's only 14 months until Jedi Fallen Order, the sequel, comes out. Jedi Fallen Order 2 comes out next November. That's 14 months from now.
Well, it's like, so what I've been doing is, so I try to picture this. Like, so for Halo, I'm like, we're all dreading, everybody in my community is like, man, Halo's not till December 8th. But I'm like, man, there's going to be a stream or sometime down the line where we've been playing Halo for 2 months, and we're all going to look back and be like, man, December 8th was 2 months ago. Right. So it's like, that's how quick time flies by. So we're like, man, it's so far away, but we have Visions, then a short little wait period. Then we have all these games are going to drop: New World, Battlefield, the new Call of Duty, then Halo comes out. And then right when I get Halo, a week later or so, Book of Boba comes out. And then from Book of Boba, Book of Boba will be the start of the golden age. Like, it's just going to be content.
Yeah. Visions comes out in 11 days. We touched on Visions last time we were here. We did. And I'm super excited for it. It's going to be such a different style. We're going to be definitely doing some episode reviews on here. And I feel like we're also coming across, it's crazy. We're also coming across our 1 year anniversary here on Inside the Holocron.
It'll be real soon, actually.
4 to 5 weeks now.
Next month.
So it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be fun to see how, like, obviously how much we've come together and like progressed over the last year. And it from day one to now, it's truly amazing. And not only that, but we're also going to be expanding out of our podcast to more things now. And more shows to touch on, more content, more games, streamer spotlights, and a lot more. There hasn't been a streamer spotlight in a few weeks. And there's a reason for that because there's going to be some cool things ahead. But
Yeah.
there's just so many great things to look forward to, not only in terms of the content creation world, but for Star Wars, for gaming, and just for the direction of that. I think it's just I like I don't say this often, but like because I don't like to look too much ahead. But for my sake, like for us, like I only see a positive road here, and like obviously there will always be bumps on the road down the road, but just seeing what's ahead, it's just so beautiful to see what's to come.
Yeah, man, and it's as long as you keep working
Yeah.
for the content creators out there, if you see the bigger picture, the long journey, what I've been calling to the community is the great journey.
Mhm.
If you can see it, so you were like, hey, man, KOTOR, obviously your community's centered around it. That's your theme. They're like, you got to you have to stream this, not just which is obvious, right? I'm going to stream it, but you were like, you have to be one of the first to stream it. And I'm like,
I
man,
told you that. I told you that. I said you better get. I said I don't care if it
if I have to buy a
releases on
PS5,
PlayStation 4. I said you better get a PS5. That's the first thing I told you.
And then I was like,
when you first informed me of the news, you were the first. Obviously, you're the one who informed me, but you were the first person I thought of because I know how dear to this heart this is for you. Like if something with Ahsoka came up, you would think of me first. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be special. It's gonna be very, very special.
yeah. And to bank off that, then I was like, man, that's 2 years from now. So a couple of things popped in my mind. One, yeah, I can't quit, right? Like, which I'm not thinking about it, but like if you ever had those doubts, like, man, I got to get to this point now, right? That's now, if we're running a marathon, right? That's the end. Like the end of the marathon is KOTOR, right? I have to get my community to there. And then I was like, and then I shifted my thought process, like not the word quit. I was like, I need to work harder, right? Because what if I can get Star Wars Lore Seeker to quadruple, or who knows the size, and then that's the type of thought process I think as a content creator you need to have. Like, wow, we have KOTOR coming up. I can get my community to places like beyond measure as long as I don't quit and put in the right work, right? And if there was, and it would be the same for you, if they said, hey, Sea of Thieves 2 comes out in 2024. Now you're like, I got to get my community to 2024, right? And you got to build on it. And that's kind of what happens to me, man. And I think Battlefront 3 would be that, like that for us.
Yeah.
KOTOR, man, I always assumed it was going to happen, but it was like a little lie to myself just to keep myself sane. But now it's true, right? It's true.
It was really cool because for me, obviously for all of us, we knew Battlefront 2 was coming to a close. And for audio listeners or anyone who's new here, Warrior, a lore seeker myself, we used to be full-time Battlefront 2 streamers for the first 10.5 months to 11 months of streaming. And it was very difficult to get out of that because it was all we knew. We didn't stream variety. We only streamed Battlefront 2. We were full-time Battlefront 2. I think maybe we did occasional like fun celebration streams where we play little Fall Guys or just some like just chatting or marbles or something like that. But for the most part, we were full-time Battlefront 2 streamers and we didn't know anything else. And I don't know about you, but when I first started, I said, oh, I'm never leaving Battlefront 2. Like there's not even a doubt in my head. Like I'm not ever leaving this game.
Right.
It's with me forever. But it got to a point where, things just started to, the state of the game just wasn't in the best. And I was kind of scared at first because I was like, what am I going to do next? Like, I only know Battlefront 2, but it was a blessing in disguise for me to be able to find a game that I've honestly never been so in love with a game before.
And you're happy.
Happy. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And like, even on my off days, what do you think I'm doing? Like, I'm either like, if I'm usually planning things like within the game. Now that we have custom servers with Sea of Thieves partnership, like today, I was doing some planning for tomorrow because we have a community day. And it's just things will fall into place the way they should. And it's just nice now, like, you know what I mean? To be in a home, you with Splitgate and Halo, myself with Sea of Thieves, and just to be in a home where you're comfortable and knowing that there was something outside of Battlefront 2, and we'll be ready when that day for Battlefront 3 or those next, like KOTOR, you're streaming it, I'm streaming it.
I'll be there with my
Lego Star Wars, we're streaming it, and Star Wars will be with us everywhere we go. So it's cool.
Yeah. And it's amazing to see. And then just to wrap that thought process up. Yeah. So you have some stuff in the works, but I have Star Wars Lore Seeker, and then we have Inside the Holocron, where we talk about more than just Star Wars stuff, but we just want to keep harping on people. that love Star Wars. You don't have to stream Star Wars to be a Star Wars content creator, right? You can
There's
make
so many ways
you can
to
make
do it.
YouTube videos. There's someone in the chat, Shine Darkly, has an amazing Instagram where he posts Star Wars content, and
Capsules.
that makes him a Star Wars content creator.
Yeah.
You could do so much. It doesn't have to be streaming a certain game. I found it in YouTube, and I love it. And then who knows where that's going to take me? With even the possibility of streaming KOTOR on that said channel in a couple of years. So who knows? It's a high possibility, and I would love to do. I would love if I could picture the top of the mountain for me as a Star Wars fan. As a little kid, I never had this thought as a kid, but now that I think of it as an adult, if you could tell uh, the little lore seeker back in the day, like, hey, you could possibly play your favorite character, Revan, on a new console, perfect graphics, epic game with all these viewers and subscribers that I would have on YouTube, and I would be like, I could do that. Like that would be the dream, and I think it's attainable if we work.
It's pretty surreal. I can only imagine to say when you were a kid growing up, this was your favorite game growing up. And in a few years, when this releases, you will be able to say that you play this game for your career, for your job. And that I think is one of the most coolest things ever.
Mark this podcast down, because that is it, man. That's what we're striving for. Yeah. And I read
another content creator who said the same thing about Lego Star Wars. Like Lego Star Wars is my childhood game, and now I gotta do this as my career. And that's the same thing with you with KOTOR. This was your childhood. This was, when I first met you, that's all you spoke about. Like I was like, hey Warrior, how's your day? Revan. Hey Warrior, what are you doing today? Nihilus. I was like, okay, fine. No, but you know what I mean? So it's like, it's special, and I'm just so happy. I think the future of Star Wars, just gaming in general, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be good for
sure. Anything else you want to touch on real quick?
I'm good, honestly. I just wanted to use this opportunity to like just catch up and start moving in the right direction back again with getting ready for Star Wars Visions and things. Obviously we are aware that we haven't done the podcast every single week as we
and we're gonna get back to it.
Oh yeah,
100%. We're gonna figure things out, guys. Like, we promise we're working on everything, whether it's from streaming to YouTube to other platforms to TikTok to this. We're going to have everything streamlined, and there's going to be a lot of news coming out here in the next within, I would say, from now, which I just looked at. So also, guys, I'll say that at the end. In the next couple of months, a lot of things are going to be changing, and it's for the better. And then there's also going to be a more streamlined approach to content, and I'm here for it. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
When do you stream next?
Tomorrow we have our 7,000 follower celebration stream, as well as with CFD's partnership, we have custom servers now. So we will be doing some custom servers tomorrow for the first time ever on stream.
It's going to be first time. It's custom servers.
It's going to be a last ship standing. So it'll be 6 teams. All the spots are already filled. It'll start tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time in the community, and there will be 6 teams total. And each team will battle it out, and the last ship standing wins. There will be 3 rounds, and we might even do some bonus rounds afterwards. So we'll be doing giveaways. We're giving out.
That's what I want to do in Halo, dude. I want to do that stuff in Halo so bad.
It's amazing. I feel like every game should have custom servers. Battlefront 2 didn't have it, but I feel like every game should have custom servers. It's just so much fun. And I was just like messing. As soon as I had access to it, I found out I had access to it. I was just messing around. I was just like on the seas. I was the only one on the server. Not only were my frames were like amazing, but and my ping was like so low. But it was just so calming just to be there on my own and just like, you know what I mean. You could just invite friends and just have it's like your own little playground, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so amazing. I feel like every game should have that opportunity. So the fact that Rare and CFDs allows that for their content creators, for their partners. It's a blessing. It's so amazing. So I'm so excited just to get started this, and we'll do a lot of them.
That's awesome, man. I'll be streaming again Monday. It's going to be a little bit of different time, guys. I work day shift this week, but I will let everybody know in the Discord and on social media exactly when. But I think it's going to be like 4 o'clock. We're going to be might be an hour delayed. And then one of the nights we'll have to stream at 8 p.m.
Warrior After Dark.
Yeah, Warrior After Dark. So we'll get that going. But the last thing, guys. The force is strong on all of you. It's September 11th. Please remember what happened on 9/11/2001. We greatly appreciate everybody Make sure you hold your loved ones, and just be happy, guys. Don't spread hate. Spread the positive, and may the force be with you always.